Hi, I'm Suzanne with the Misfits, and one of the new things that we want to do as part of our blog is to answer questions from our followers. We got one recently from Kristen Lewis, and she is wanting to know, would love to hear more about how you are training in preparation for your upcoming competition, as well as how it differs from off-season training. Emily wrote a blog about this recently, but I thought it would be nice to have Jim weigh in on this question.
Kristen, first of all, thank you for your question. I'm going to try to keep this as simple as possible because we could write an entire book on your question. Basically, the off-season training is much more general, and during this meet prep phase is much more sport-specific to powerlifting. So in the off-season, we do a lot of big movements, RDLs, we'll do kettlebell swings, we'll do Turkish get-ups, all that kind of stuff. Keep it a little more fun and athletic. Fix any asymmetries, any imbalances people have, go after that in a big way. And then once we start our meet prep, we have a squat day, a bench day, and a deadlift day, and then we kind of have a fun day that's kind of optional. So they're training 3 hard days a week, and on the squat day, everything we do after the squat is based on building up the squat. Everything we do on the bench is based on building up the bench, and everything we do on deadlift is based on building up the deadlift. And so it's a lot more specific to the 3 movements in powerlifting, so that basically it's more sport specific for about 12 weeks, 10 weeks. And then we get away from that and we go back to more general training, more like you would train like an athlete for a few months. Because honestly, most women, especially the women that come into my gym, none of the women come into my gym specifically wanting to train for powerlifting. They kind of get tricked into lifting heavier weights. And then they're like, oh, I'm going to do a meet. So basically after about 10 or 12 weeks, most of your normal everyday women get kind of burned out on doing the same type of training. And then we kind of transition into something else for a few months, and then we go back into meet-specific stuff. And this keeps you from getting burned out. And we still do a lot of like strength training, but it might be like carries and prowler pushes and those sort of things, just to kind of mix things up. So I hope that answers your question.
Thanks, Jim. And thanks again, Kristen, for your question. If anyone else has questions for us, we'd love to hear from you. Thanks.